coming up.
And Grandpa said, work smart, not hard.
His shoulders and back was all hurting and everything, and so my dad decided, well, maybe I could make something.
And later,
some cattle will bring more money than others, but there's a buyer for every set of cattle out there.
saving backaches and a lot of time, and getting the most for your calves time after time. Next on The American Rancher. They say necessity is the mother of invention, and ranchers and stockmen agree. To save time, money, and ibuprofen in the never-ending job of fencing, the Mansaver post driver is an absolute necessity. Invented over 20 years ago in Prineville, Oregon by the late Dan Rohrer, the Mansaver post driver virtually eliminates the fatigue of driving fence posts and in preventing back and shoulder injuries. The Mansaver post driver is perfect for ranches, vineyards, highways, marker installations, or any job where posts go in the ground. Rohrer's invention makes your life easier.
So my father needed some fence done and got a fence builder to build fence. And the fence builder came to him and says his shoulders and back was all hurting and everything. And my dad said, well, why don't you go buy you something that or electric or something. And he says they don't make anything at that point. So my dad decided, well, maybe I could make something. His background was in machining and gunsmithing, and so he thought, well, let's try to do something, and he came up with the Mansaver post driver.
Installing, moving, and maintaining fencing can be a difficult job. The revolutionary patented Mansaver post driver simplifies the exhausting job of driving T-posts, chain link, and other fence posts. In fact, the Mansaver is the only multi-directional post driver on the market today. This means compressed air, not human effort, mobilizes the tool both up and down to drive posts into the ground easily and effectively. So by using a portable air compressor to power the various models and accessories, you can drive all shapes of posts up to 3.5 inches in diameter. The Mansaver post driver finishes the job 10 times faster than doing it by hand. Rohrer Manufacturing perfected the Mansaver's lightweight, portable design that quickly drives posts in most soil types, saving time and preventing injury. Here's how inventor Dan Rohrer's innovative and versatile Mansaver post drivers come to life.
So we get all the materials in the U.S. We build all the parts for the drivers. So we know everything about this. We don't outsource nothing. So if you call and have a question, you are actually talking to the people that made all the parts of this driver. We don't have to go try to find an answer for you because we do it all here.
State-of-the-art millwork, coupled with good old-fashioned, highly skilled craftsmanship, is the benchmark of every Mansaver post driver. And the in-house manufacturer of Mansaver post driver components gives Dan Rohrer Jr. and his team precise control over every build.
It's all about quality control. I do everything I can to make sure that every driver coming out is a quality driver, that no customer is going to have issues with it. I personally assemble all the drivers myself. I test every single driver before it leaves the facility to make sure that customers are not going to have issues with the driver. I also am tech support, so when a customer calls and has issues with their driver, I'm the one that they talk to. So this is a ready to go out and tested assembled driver.
These are all ready to go on the shelves. When we get an order, we're able to ship it the same day.
The basic design of the Mansaver post driver hasn't changed much, a testimony to its solid and simple design. But one major enhancement gives owners the option of driving an almost infinite array of posts using a single Mansaver post driver.
Whatever size driver you have other than a 98E, we can make an adapter to fit whatever you're driving, as long as it'll fit into the driver. Here's some examples of some posts that customers have sent to us we build adapters for. For instance, like this one here, got this adapter, fits in there. This one here, adapter fits in there. This is an Australian T-post. They call it a picket post. We've made a lot of these for a company in Australia. This is our basic T-post driver. It drives T-post. You can drive smaller rounds with it with a different sleeve in it. And all four of these other bigger models, you can drive anything that's capable of going inside of each model. All you have to do is take these two Allen bolts out and switch adapters, that easy. So this is our 98E model T-post driver, and it's the best one for doing T-posts with. This one here is a 99EX, and it'll do up to 2-inch round posts and anything lower than that with an adapter. This one here is our 99EY. It'll do a 2 3/8 or anything smaller. This is our 99EM, which will do 2 7/8 pipe and smaller. This is the 99EW, will do 3.5-inch steel pipe and smaller stuff. You don't really want to use this one for T-posts. You can, but it's awful heavy.
Proudly made in the USA, each Mansaver post driver is transformed from raw metal into a back-saving wonder, all under one roof. The result is beauty in simplicity. Mansaver owners report that they can install fences on their own without any additional help, building fences in hours, not days. That's savings in time, money, and backaches.
It's worth its weight in gold to me. It was a lifesaver. This, you know, it'd probably take 7, 8, 10 minutes to put a post in because you're driving it from up here down until you can get a nice area to swing it. And I says, after about 4 or 5 swings, you change arms. And I said, it took forever. This driver drove in 30 of them at least within the hour, give or take a few minutes. And we were back in time for lunch and had a break, and the rest of the day was ours because we got what we wanted done for that day in a matter of a couple hours total. And Grandpa said, work smart, not hard, and this is working smart.
Ready to give your back a vacation? Rohrer Manufacturing has a lightweight, portable, innovative solution for that. Save time, money, and ibuprofen with the Mansaver post driver. Free yourself from days of back-breaking work. Create or repair your land boundaries quickly, efficiently, and at a fraction of the cost of hiring a fence crew. The Mansaver post driver is only available by ordering online or by calling Rohrer Manufacturing. When you order your Mansaver post driver, click or ask for the Get Started Kit, featuring this handy inline oiler, Allen wrench set, air hose, and hose fittings. Everything you need to connect your Mansaver to a compressor, so you can start driving posts within minutes. Check out the entire line of post drivers and accessories at mansaverpostdriver.com or call 800-980-7599. Up next,
You had one guy run around buying cattle. That was the only game in town.
learn how cattle ranchers in remote areas of the country are marketing their cattle to a nationwide buyer base. That's after the break here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. In the remote desert on the Idaho-Utah border, cattle buyers are few and far between. That puts a limit on cow-calf operators when they market their stock. Two operations in the region talk about how Superior Livestock Auction puts their cattle in front of a nationwide buyer base. First, we're with Russell Boyer, a longtime cattleman who calls Snowville, Utah his home.
This ranch here was my wife's family's ranch. They homesteaded here in 1881. I think we're the fourth generation. My boys are going to be the fifth. And we've combined it with my family's place in Summit County, Utah. And so we run both of them in conjunction, and same thing with that. We're fourth generation down there, same thing. Our genetics, traditionally, the cattle in this country was mainly Hereford type cows influence. Early 80s, we started putting black Angus into these cattle, and predominantly now most of these herds are all black around here. Have put a little bit of Simmental, Sim Angus in them, but for the most part, we're just straight black Angus. We have a grazing association, so all the cow-calf men in this valley, we're all members of that association. We're separate operations, but we run together. Our bulls are selected by us. We have a bull judging committee, so we use the latest genetics that we can buy, purebred bulls, black Angus, and therefore we're getting a consistent calf. That my neighbor's calf is peas in the pod with mine, because we run together, we trail these cattle year round. Very few of our cows hit a truck. And the only thing is different is there's just a different brand on that calf. Be it your son or somebody starting with us, we can have a producer with only 60 head of cows, or a guy that's got 400 head of cows. It allows everybody to be able to capitalize on those top prices. We bid these calves in, we know what our truckloads are gonna be. Between our Superior rep and us, we can bring these calves usually within just a few pounds of our targeted weight.
You really don't need to be a big producer to sell cattle on Superior. Not very nice, is it? I don't think Chad knows that I wasn't stalking.
Russell is a longtime customer of Superior rep Kelly Kunzler.
Numbers always sell well. Guys get a lot of consistency out of numbers. But if you don't have a full load and your neighbor and you can put a load together, I can come by and look at them, see if they match up, tell you. I mean, and then you can get a forward contract and all the benefits we've talked about Superior. You're not hauling them to a sale barn in October, waiting for 8, 10, 12 hours for them to sell, standing there, shrinking the whole time. Health isn't good, stress on the animals is worse. Why Superior Livestock? Number one, the money's good. Don't have to haul them anywhere. We pick them up. Buyer sends the trucks. We pick them up there. And I'm at every delivery, or I have a couple guys that work for me that'll be there if I can't be, but I try to be to every delivery. My son helps me quite a bit. He'll deliver them. We're there. We look the cattle over when they go on. We write the check that day. They can take it to the bank that day. There's no wait time, there's no hold time, and it's good to go.
I've been selling with Superior since my father had started in Summit County, since the second year they were in business. Started in a calf pool down there. And then we come up here and become part of this operation, and we brought Superior into the valley in the early 90s. And the great thing about what Superior is, and these ranches that we run in common with, we're able to market these calves. Instead of selling just one weight of calf, we can market our lightweights and our heavyweights, and we commingle those loads together in order for us to be able to ship all our calves and get us a higher premium for our weights on those truckloads.
In the mid-90s, Superior set the standard for calf vaccinations and value-added programs. Today, cattle buyers will discount animals that are not included within a vaccination program. And industry-leading value-added programs such as all-natural, Superior Source and age-verified, NHTC, and others add premiums on sale day.
We're on the VAC 45 program where we wean and precondition, and it allows us to get our cattle in, get the ball out of them, and have a preconditioned calf where that calf can go anywhere here in the United States.
Along with excellent genetics and ranch management, vaccination and value-added programs are the best way to improve the bottom line of your cow-calf operation. Up next, Superior Livestock knows that producers like Russell might only get one paycheck a year. Superior has the proven reputation to get the most for your cattle. That story is next here on The American Rancher. Welcome back to The American Rancher. 3 decades ago, Superior Livestock Auction leveled the playing field by putting secluded cow-calf operators in front of a nationwide buyer base. Another ranch that benefits from Superior's market is Connor Springs Ranch, just outside Tremont in Utah.
Where's Pete?
Connor Springs Ranch is also a customer of Superior Rep Kelly Kunzler. As with all Superior customers, Kelly works with owners Craig and Pete to make plans that make sense. But most importantly, everyone focuses on consistent quality from sale to sale.
We try to be consistent. We try not to jump around a whole bunch from sale to sale. We usually always hit one of the 4 summer sales, either Billings, the Colorado Week in the Rockies, Winnemucca, or the Sheridan sale. And they seem to fit our type of cattle better, but there's a lot of cattle for sale every year, and I tell these guys, you gotta make your cattle stand out. What's gonna make somebody look at your cattle versus the group next to you and think, I need to buy them instead of the next group? These guys, and Russ and them do the same thing, but if there's a program, source and age, NHTC, vaccination, program type cattle, and they can do it, legitimately do it, they're all about being able to do that.
Back in the day, 70s, 80s, you had one guy that you were acquainted with pretty much that run around packing 3 or 4 feedlot checkbooks, run around buying cattle. That was the only game in town, a country buyer, so to speak. We then there was a internet deal that come around. You didn't have the exposure you have with Superior. And now with Superior, you have a lot of feedlots looking at your cattle.
The vast number of buyers that view the cattle is the main thing. It goes, you know how that works.
One thing about Craig and these guys, they get us forward contract. Anytime when they want to sell the cattle, they can sell them, get that forward contract. Cattle don't have to go to a sale ring, stand, a lot less stress on the animals, a lot less stress on the people. The main thing boils down that we're all in this for is to make a living. And the way things are, you've got to be careful who you do business with. You need to be able to know when you sell something, you're going to get paid for it. I think that's the one thing that stands Superior out above everybody else. Their money has always been good. They have never turned back any contracts. You watch as the summer starts, everybody has their eyes on our first big summer sale. What's the market? Anytime we have a big sale throughout the summer, everybody's watching, and I hear a lot of country buyers say, well, let's see what the cattle do on Superior, then I'll have a better idea what they're worth. Why wouldn't you want to do all you could to make your bottom line bigger? And selling with Superior Livestock on these video auctions, to me, is a no-brainer. I mean, you're getting your forward contract when you want to sell them, not when someone dictates to you, and your money's good, buyers look at them. There's a buyer for every set of cattle out there. Some cattle will bring more money than others, but there is literally a buyer for every type and kind of animal that we put on Superior.
For so many cow-calf operations that are located off the beaten path, Superior opens the door to a nationwide buyer base that includes over 8,000 active buyers. At the same time, Superior gives buyers access to a steady supply of quality load lot cattle and top dollar to sellers. It's a win-win for everyone.
You know, the country buyers in this area, they left in the early 90s. Our only other avenue was commission houses, and they were far and few between. It's enabled us to sell our calves right here off the farm. Our reps been able to market our cattle from California clean back into Kansas. And, we have repeat buyers. We've had one repeat buyer that bought 18, 19 years. For us, Superior, it's the only way to go.
That's all the time we have today. To learn more about marketing your cattle the Superior way, log on to superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117. And for more information about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For our entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The Superior Country page is the leading online marketplace for buying and selling load lots of calves, feeders, and breeding stock. The Country page is an efficient, easy-to-use, and low-cost solution for selling cattle. You set the price and move at your pace with flexible delivery options. The Country page matches the best buyers to the best sellers at the best price for both parties. Call or log on today to find out more about the Superior Country page.